By the title, you can see what this is going to be about. Title is going to be somewhere around the lines of you still have time. You have time to accomplish whatever you're trying to accomplish. Don't rush yourself at the age that you're at. You're still young, regardless of how old you are. Even if you're 30, 40, 50, it doesn't matter. All that matters is that you begin. It is super important for us to sometimes reflect on the hardships that we give ourselves and the hardships that we treat as hardships that really are not hardships. As people, we get very hard on ourselves when it comes to goal setting and achieving things, and we have a lot of comparison. I'm sure you've heard it before, but comparison is the thief of joy. It is super important for us to not compare ourselves to another, and it is super important for us to just relax, bro. Like, it's gonna be all right. You have plenty of time. Chase those dreams. You have plenty of time to accomplish what you're going after. And I want y'all to know that. Like, this is something that I'm really pushing to myself as well, because I want to do the content creator stuff. I want to be a voice for people. I want to cement myself as a genuine content creator that does talking. I just want people to hear me, and I want people to really resonate with what I say. That's been a huge thing for me, and I'm starting to make these videos just talking to the camera, because you know that's a huge thing. If you want to be a content creator, just start it, man. But this goes for anything, not just content creation. It goes for anything you want to do in life. Like, if you want to do it, it's gonna take action. It's gonna take consistency, and it's gonna take you grinding out those hours and putting in your 10,000 hours to get what you really want. And I am 100% sure that this is what I want in my life. I want to be a content creator. I want to be the voice for people. I want people to have somewhere to go if they need to hear somebody speak and need to talk about certain topics. Today it's just so happened to be the fact that you have plenty of time. It is very easy to get caught up in the drowning effect that this life has. There's things being thrown at you left and right, and that's kind of just how life goes, right? And you try to like balance it with your goals and whatnot, but it's really hard to keep yourself aligned towards your goal with all these other things that are going on in life. Like, life throws curveballs left and right, but staying aligned is going to be super key. And you have to, this is something that's huge for me. It's like just keeping the end goal, your plan A. You have to keep that in your vision. You have to keep your plan A as the main plan. Obviously, plan A is the most important. Having a plan B has always kind of been like, why have a plan B if you don't? It seems like if you have a plan A, a lot of people will tell you to have a plan B. But if you have a plan B, I think that means that you plan for plan A to fail. And for me, that's not an option. Failure is not an option when you're going for your goals. You will fail multiple times, on the path to achieving your goals, but overall failure in achieving your goals is not going to happen if you stay dedicated and you focus and you really go towards what you're trying to achieve and you put all your attention to it. Whatever you put your attention to and focus on, it has no choice but to manifest. I'm a huge believer in manifestation. I've manifested many things in my life that I knew I would get. That car, there's just a lot of things. Here's how I use manifestation. For those that don't know me already, I used to drive a Toyota Tacoma. I drove a Toyota Tacoma for like many years. It was my first truck. It was a good truck, and I miss it, honestly. I really do. I wish I still had it. For the longest time, I drove a Toyota Tacoma, and my dream car. And everybody has their dream cars, but like one car that I always thought that I would get, and I told myself that I would get, was a Tesla. I didn't know which model. I really wasn't into the models too much. I just really like Tesla. Like, I really like the electric part. I really like, because I had ridden in one. I rode in one, and somebody let me test drive a Tesla, and I drove it, and I was like, wow, this is probably one of the best cars I've ever driven in my life. It was just fast, comfortable, just great. And like, one of the things I always told myself was like, I'm gonna get a Tesla one day. So what I did, I started to, I got a job. I started working like crazy, and it wasn't just for the car. It was just for like, to have life, like a sustainable life. Through me working for that amount of time, I worked for a couple years and I established credit and I started to, have a good credit score. I decided to, one day when my truck has been paid off for years at this point, but I decided to go to the bank and see what they would give me. They gave me a good amount. They gave me an amount that was enough to buy a Tesla, right? I got my Tesla. And what I used to do before I got my Tesla was I would drive that Toyota Tacoma like it was a Tesla. Like I would envision the wheel. I would look at the wheel and imagine that there was a T in the logo, and I would feel the wheel and just imagine to myself like, this is what I wonder what a Tesla wheel is gonna feel like. I wonder what a Tesla wheel is gonna feel like. And eventually somebody let me test drive one, right? But overall, what I'm trying to get at is that the way that you manifest is not only just having the thought and the dream. It is also putting your attention towards it in every shape, fashion, or form. All of your attention has to go towards this thing that you want, regardless of what it is. I just use my car as an instance. It can be anything, a relationship, financial freedom. It can be anything. And you put your mind to it, and you have an action plan, and you jot down steps. This is another thing is like you have to set miniature goals. You set the main goal, but you have to have steps that'll eventually get you to the big goal. So, having those little goals that'll add up to the big one is huge, and you have to like give yourself a checklist of things that you need to check off on the path to success. That is how you manifest. Manifesting is huge, and you have plenty of time to do so. Manifestation works a lot quicker than you think when it's done the right way. You have to have full belief in yourself, and you just try it. Just try it for a month. Give yourself that full belief. Actually, that way you can actually chase those dreams, and you can put your full potential to use. The only way that is done is through you enhancing your attention, enhancing your consistency, and jotting down a plan, having a vision board. Use your imagination. Your imagination is huge. I started at a certain point. I started like lucid dreaming a little bit. Like I would have dreams, and I would know that I'm in a dream, and I would do what I wanted to be doing in the dream. Super weird. It's a real thing. I believe in God. I believe that God does everything for a reason, and God has a purpose for everything. So, you know, God gave us these tools, God gave us the universe, and God gave us autonomy to choose what we do with our freedom. You can do it. I believe in you. All it's going to take is for you to chase those goals, jot down what you want, and manifest. You have to believe in yourself. You have to give yourself the opportunity to actually achieve these goals, and you will do it.